Myself Madhumita, Assistant Professor, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science. In today's lecture, I am going to cover the topic Visual C++, under which I am going to cover the topics such as document view architecture, serialization, multiple document interface, single document interface. So let us start with the first topic, that is document view architecture. This is the document view architecture. In MFC, document view architecture is the way to separate an application's data from the way the user actually view and manipulate the data. The document view architecture is the foundation used to create application based on MFC libraries. In VC++, we have developed applications that has dialog based architecture which does not require any customized toolbar and menus. However, to develop some complex applications, document view architectures are used. In MFC document view architecture, it includes the combination of document in which data is stored here in database, loaded and saved the data, which will be saved where the data can be saved, whereas the view object enable the user to see and edit the data on the screen. This is your view, which will enable to edit and see the data on the screen. That is the document view application, data is represented as view object, and view of the view are represented one or more view objects. These are the way how document view architectures are represented. Then let us see few components which are under document view architecture. It's like document. First one is document. Document is similar to a bucket. It can be used to hold water, and that water can be retrieved when needed. Here computer is acting as such. Document holds the user's data. When text is created and saved, that is document is created. When we say text is created, it means that some document is created. When the same document is required, it retrieve from open and make it available to the application. These two work, and many other is handled by the document. To do this, C document class is derived to create document part of the architecture, and C view class is received input from C document class. This is name of my class. C document is the name of the class. This class is responsible for saving and receiving the document data from files. This is the task of document. Second component is view. You can observe in our previous slide we have, this is view, this is document. So we are going under detail the view. What is the task of view component? The view provides the basic functionality for programmer defined view class, which is defined within the view class. A view is attached to the document and act as intermediary between the document and the user. A view renders the image for both printing and print preview. The custom class can be derived from C view class. Here from where it retrieves, that is name of class is C view class, and can use with other classes. The class passes input information to the C document class and receive display information from C document class itself. And C view class is the class that displays the visual representation of document file from the user. This is the task under your view component. Then we have next component, that is our frame window. It is the outlet or frame under which my view will get displayed. A frame is a combination of building blocks, the structure and borders of the item. So some item is being displayed, its border comes under frame window. Frame gives physical presence of a window. That means physically it will appear. A frame defines the location of an object with regards to the window display or desktop. It provides border to a window. Border can be moved, sized, or it can be resized the object. To provide a frame to an application, C frame window would be derived. The C frame window or C frame view holds menu, toolbar, scroll bar and many other visible objects attached to that particular frame. That is the task of the frame window. And if we see window, the CWin app can create all other component in the application. It can be the class that receive all the events message and then passes the message to C frame view and C view classes. So that is the task of the document component. We have next component, that is document template. And we have document template resource ID. Your document is that associated with always, if we consider document, that is associated with its view and frame window. That frame, the view are created by document template itself. Document template is responsible for creating and managing all document of one document type, of similar document type. For that, C doc template will support it. That means C document file, name of that is C doc template, supports an object that coordinate one or more existing document of a given type and manage creating the correct document, view and frame window object for that type. That is the task of document template resource ID. Then we have next topic, that is serialization. This is again important topic in our VC++. You can observe this block diagram of serialization. This is the object which is converted into bytes and will be saved in any of the three type. That means it can be saved with file type, memory or in database it can be saved. So how we can define our serialization? It is the process of converting an object into a stream of byte in order to store the object or transmit it to memory, a database or a file or in memory anyway. The application data is stored on the system derived in form of files, which is called as serialization. When the application state is restored from the file, when we retrieve it from the file, that is known as deserialization. When we save it, we call it as serialization. When we retrieve it from the file, memory or database, we call it as that term is known as deserialization. Then we'll look after our next topic, that is multiple document interface. Your multiple document interface is a design specification of operating system that defines user interface for application that enable the user to work with more than one document at the same time. Multiple document can be used at the same time. It allows multiple document frame window to be open in the same instance of an application at a time. More than one application can be opened. It has window within which multiple child window can be opened. That means within one another window can be opened. There are two terms, that is your multiple document interface and single document interface, that is MDI and SDI. Let us see the difference between MDI and SDI. We'll start with the first difference, that is in case of single document interface, it requires the user to close the currently open document before opening other. That means at a time we can open only one. If we want to open second window, we should close the previous one, then only it will allow to open the next window. Whereas in case of MDI, it permits the user to have two or more document open from editing at once. Then let us see next difference, that is SDI don't support multiple document at all, whereas in case of MDI sometimes supports multiple document type also. Then next we have SDI application generally show just one menu, whereas in case of MDI it has at least two menu, minimum two menus will be there in case of MDI form. Then we'll move to next difference, that is in case of SDI application just one frame window, like the top level frame window that serves as the application's main window and frame view for open document. It is in case of SDI, that is only one frame window is allowed, whereas in case of MDI form it has two, that is top level frame window and the child windows are there, that is minimum two frames will be there in case of MDI. These are the differences between MDI and SDI interface. Let us see next topic, that is splitter window. Very interesting topic and very interesting concept given for the VC++ while designing a frame. This we don't have anywhere else. This is your window. Different types of windows are shown to you. First one, it has one frame, one view. It has, and next one, this is two different frames are there. That is, this is view 2, view 1. Whereas in third one we can observe that by using one splitter bar, the same document is divided in two half. That is, it has two views, view 1, view 2. And here also using scroll bar we can, after splitting using scroll bar, it can move up and down. This is your splitter is used to separate or divide your one frame. That is, your splitter window will appear as a special type of frame window. This is known as special type of frame window that holds several views in pan. That means here it will store several views under this. You can have more than one views also. The application can split the window on creation, or the user can split the window by choosing a menu command or by dragging a splitter box on the Windows scroll bar. By this scroll bar here, by using scroll bar, it can be moved after the window has been splitted. After splitting, we'll get separate scroll bar for both the windows. The user can view the split bar with the mouse to adjust the relative size of the fan. Splitter window can be used in both MDI as well as SDI interface. In both the interface, it can be used. Your splitter window can be used. There are basically two type of splitter window, that is your static as well as dynamic splitter window, which is supported by MFC. In case of static splitter window, the number of rows and static splitter window are set when the splitter is created and can't be changed by the user. Since it is static, it can't be changed by the user. Whereas in case of dynamic, the maximum number of rows and column dynamic splitter window can be divided in how much it is been specified, that many types it can be divided when the splitter is created, but can be split and unsplit interactively. Depends. Then we'll look after another difference between static and dynamic splitter window. In case of static, user is free to resize the individual row and column, whereas in case of dynamic, views display in a dynamic splitter window, a pan can't entirely independent to each other, because it will be dependent. Let us see one more difference, that is in case of static splitter window, it has 16 rows and 16 columns, whereas in case of dynamic, it will have at most 2 rows and 2 columns. It will not be divided into much depending on the requirement. It will have the number of windows. Best example for these two are Window Explorer and for static splitter window. For dynamic, we have code windows, because we can do at similar time coding also as well as execution also. That's why best example is code window as an example of dynamic splitter window. These are the differences between static and dynamic splitter window. I hope this lecture will be clear to you. Thank you very much.